We set the table for the U.S. economy to take off like a rocket. If you look at it, we were doing that the first quarter of this year, and then we got into this conflict with Iran. Now look, we had to act. Iran was on the verge of having nuclear capability. The largest state sponsor of terrorism could not be allowed to do that. It was in America and the whole world's interest to make sure that couldn't happen. We did it, and now we got to resolve that. I'm convinced, as the president is, as soon as that happens, then we will be able to get stability again to gas prices and hold this down.
You know, that was House Speaker Mike Johnson with an optimistic prediction about the U.S. economy despite the war with Iran. But even if the war were to end today, there's still major issues at play. The yield on the 30-year U.S. Treasury bond spiked on Tuesday to 5.3%. Now, that's the highest level since the 2008 crash. And as the New York Times notes, the move was driven by investor angst over stubborn inflation, unsustainable government deficits, and a debt that's about to hit $40 trillion. That's unsustainable. And rampant spending on artificial intelligence. And, Willie, there's still the concern about the boom there. But, you know, sometimes it's just better to stay at home. Sometimes it's just better not to go out. And even, like, Mike Johnson did himself no favor by going, well, we would have had a good economy except for, well, this totally unnecessary war that we Republicans started that everybody warned us for the past 47 years not to start. And those tariffs that are spiking inflation in this state and across America and all the other wildly erratic policies that we Republicans are doing. Oh, yeah. And by the way, we passed the one big horrific bill that cut your health care, made it more expensive, made your life more difficult. And so, again, they've got no message, Willie, but I would say the worst message right now is to go out and actually say into a microphone, your family would be doing much better if we had listened to every expert over the last generation and not launch an unnecessary war in Iran.
Sometimes it's better to just stay home. Words to live by, Joe. I think we need to live by those as well. You're absolutely right. I mean, he just laid it out there, put it all out. It was almost a confession. We chose this war, and that's why the prices have gone up, along with all the other things you just laid out there. And then if you listen closely in that bite, he says, we had to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. We did it. Did we? Have our objectives been achieved there? Remember, it was regime change at the beginning, then it was eliminating the nuclear program. We were told in June of last year, 2025, that the nuclear program had been obliterated by Operation Midnight Hammer. So again, the objectives of the war were not clear going in. They've shifted as we've moved along. And then to declare victory effectively and say, we did it. Now it's time to move on and get oil prices back down. Well, that's where the devil is in the details in terms of opening the Strait of Hormuz, unrelated to the nuclear program. So all these complicating factors that, as you say, anyone who knows anything about Iran could have seen coming, but apparently this administration did not. Those are the things that are leading to the spike in prices of gas and everything else that we see on the shelves of our stores. And that's not going away anytime soon because Iran knows now it has this chip, which is keeping the strait closed.
Right. Well, you know, Willie, as you know, I've discussed my trouble with dementia. I have trouble remembering things. I get old. I'm sitting there, and like I said, I'll be watching a Red Sox game, and there'll be Roman Anthony up. I go, he's good like that other left-handed hitter. And Jack will go, Ted Williams. Yeah, Ted Williams. And then Contreras will hit a home run. I go, yeah, he reminds me. He can hit that ball really hard like that guy in 2004, Ortiz. So sometimes I got to write things down because I'm getting a little slow. So while you were talking, I wrote some things down. Do you mind if I go over a checklist just for elder care? Do you mind if I go over a checklist and
get your warm milk and your crackers and go through the list? Okay, take it away.
By the way, I only do that before we watch Wheel of Fortune at 6:30, Mika and me. So here we go. Here's a checklist for starting the war against Iran. Sure, 47 years of experts told them not to do it, but this is what they've accomplished. Regime change. I haven't been following the news closely. You don't have to in the business I'm in. Have we had regime change in Iran yet, Willie?
We have not. In fact, many experts say it's more extreme than
Okay.
when the war began.
Okay, so I'm going to leave that one blank. Nuclear program. Did we get rid of the nuclear program? Because that was just, and they've been saying that's why we're in this war. We got to get rid of. Did we get rid of the nuclear program?
Well, we were told we got rid of it last year, but it turns out we didn't and
Yeah.
still haven't. So no.
Okay, again, my memory bad, but we were told it was obliterated. It was Was it obliterated? It
Not so
wasn't
much.
obliterated. Okay, I'm going to leave that one blank, but I'm sure this third one, opening the strait. We did open the strait, right? Because we've heard now the Republicans say that that's U.S. property. So everything's going through the strait now. Everything's fine. So it's worth the inflation. It's worth the higher gas prices. It's worth the higher groceries. It's worth the higher rent, right? We've opened the strait. Everything, happy days are here again. Strike up the band. It's like 1932 and FDR, right? Right? We're good with the strait?
As all those experts predicted, no, Iran has closed the strait. I think 3 ships went through a couple of days ago. You used to be 100 before the war.
Okay, so that's X, X, X. Tic-tac-toe. The only problem here, Willie, is the one thing is we got inflation. We got gas prices that are higher, and when gas prices are higher, fertilizer prices are higher, and when fertilizer prices are higher, food's higher, and when food's higher, grocery bills higher, everything's higher. Even before this unnecessary war was started, healthcare costs were higher. So what did Republicans do? They passed a bill that slashed healthcare in red state America, in blue state America, all across America, man. Things are getting harder for Americans. And what Mike Johnson was just talking about, we had to go to war. When everybody said don't go to war, they went to war. And what do we got? A bunch of X's, a tic-tac-toe that leads to horrible cost inflation for working Americans. That's not a message you want to give in front of a microphone to voters.
No, it was confessional, as I said. I mean, admitted we walked into this war and all these problems came. And the other thing, Joe, is there's no real end in sight. Now that Iran knows it can squeeze the Strait of Hormuz, it's holding out. Now it wants reparations for the war. It's making these outrageous demands of the United States. And you can add to your list, Joe, the diminishment of our stockpiles of weapons, of munitions that don't allow us to project the power the way we did at the beginning of the war. And I think the president thought we would bring Iran to heel with military might, and that didn't happen. And now he's stuck with no way out. He desperately would love to turn the page on this war. You heard Mike Johnson starting to turn the page. It's not turning yet.
Yeah, it's not turning yet. And I'll tell you what, if we had a serious Secretary of Defense, we would have an open hearing, and Americans would be told why, after spending trillions of dollars on our war machine, on our national defense, on our national security, why we can't even fight a third-rate power for 6 months without running out of munitions. That still remains shocking. I don't get it. I was on the Armed Services Committee for 4 terms. If I don't get it and you don't get it, I know Americans don't understand how they could have planned this war so badly that they can't even have the weapons to fight Iran after 6 months. And we can't even feed our sailors and Marines on ships.